Hi everybody, I'm Michael Bars and I want to welcome you to my channel. I want to introduce you to somebody today named Ian Kemp. Ian was someone I met in 2006 when I was personally going through sort of an existential life crisis, actually bordering on ontological crisis. But anyway, he was someone I met and he was a musician. And when we talked, I realized that he was someone who had been through, he was the only person I'd ever met in my life that had been through a lot of things that I had gone through in my life. He had gone through identically. And I don't know, I know that may sound odd, but it's the only way I can explain it. When we talked about, and I don't mean bad things. I mean just events in life, first times doing things and whatnot. It was crazy how similar we were. And to top it all off, he was a musician. He was a very accomplished musician, excellent guitarist and songwriter. Oh my gosh, well, you're getting ready to find out. I met him in 2006 and we became very close friends. And he came to me one day and he said I'd talked to him about, the music that I did, and he had heard some of it and I'd played it. And he said, well, I would really like if you would mind. I've got about a dozen or so songs that I would like to get demoed, and I would like to get a little production on and have to shop around, because he was still kind of actively. He had had a cut in the 80s by Dean Dillon. I'll put a link to this song in here. It's a country song called Station to Station by Dean Dillon. That's one of Ian's songs. But he was kind of in his early 60s, and he was still trying to shop around some songs, and he wanted to get some demos on them. So I told him, I said, well, you know what? I'm in the process of setting up a studio at my house, and you coming in would help me work out all the kinks. So let's just call it even and let's do it. And the next year proceeded to change my life. It was absolutely wonderful. We got together almost every Sunday for the next year. Now, we'd be off a Sunday or two here or there, but I mean, basically every Sunday we were together and we were recording. That's all we did. We recorded. He would come in and he would say, okay, we're going to do this particular song. Let's do this song today. And he would start out just right off the bat. I need to do 2 guitar tracks. And I'd go, okay. So we'd cut one track and he would go right over it and do this sort of Dan Fogelberg style, like guitar accompanying a guitar is the only way I can describe it. And you're getting ready to hear it is what the reason I'm making this video. But anyway, he would just have this automatic process on every song. He would do, let's do 2 guitar tracks. I need to do 2 guitar tracks. And that would set the foundation. And then with each one, we would go back. I would add bass. I would add the drum programming on it. And then I would add the keyboards and strings, if the song called for it. And we just did like 12 or 14 songs this way. And it took us a year. And we just took our time and did the production and experimented, and man, it was just so much fun. And it was such a vital part of the beginning of the Coyote Den that I can't not include it, because it's such a foundational part, and he was such a foundational part. It's so strange. The music that we did was 2 different worlds. He did country, folk, Americana, and I did ambient, whatever you want to call it. And we never wrote anything together. We never wrote a single song together. I don't know if we ever could. I mean, I guess we could, but the fun part was us getting the opportunity to work together in production, and it was absolutely amazing. And it's so much fun. So what I've done is I've picked 4 of his songs that we recorded in the Coyote Den, and I'm going to do 4 videos, and I promise you're not going to have to look at my face a lot. This video is kind of closure for me, because Ian was a kind of friend that, when we were together, man, we were a power punch. I mean, we were awesome. But he was just that kind of friend that he would go off and I wouldn't be able to contact him for like 4 or 5 months. I mean, I couldn't get in contact with him. And then all of a sudden he'd call me, and then we would be back at it, and then everything. And he was a little distant, but yet when we were together, man, he was awesome. He was an awesome person. Just one of those special people you meet in your life. I guess I could sum it all up in 8 seconds that way. But anyway, I want to begin with this first song. And I'm not going to do a video introduction on each song, maybe a very, very brief, like 1 minute, just talking about us doing it very quickly before playing it. But anyway, I picked these 4 songs, and this first song that I've chosen to do is a song that he wrote called Sinkholes and Sagebrush. And the interesting thing about Sinkholes and Sagebrush is that it is the song that gave the Coyote Den its name. And you'll understand why when you hear the song. This song was definitely the longest production, the most produced, I guess I should say. I mean, we spent the most time on details in this song. Again, Ian played the guitars, all the guitars on here, and he did steel guitar on a keyboard, not a real steel, but he did those parts. And then I did everything else. I did the bass guitar. I did the bass guitar, the strings, the keyboards that you do hear, and any atmospheric stuff that you hear. That's me, because it sounds like the stuff I do. But I want to begin with this song, Sinkholes and Sagebrush, and just give you a taste of what we did together.
You're gone away, leaving. I will miss your bright eyes, sweet smile. Girl, you know that you're taking the sunshine that has brightened my pathway a while. It's the sweet smell of clover, the rains in my hand. It's the feel of this horse, it's the lay of the land. It starts with the moon girl before night is through. Even sinkholes and sagebrush remind me of you. It's one drink too many, one dream too much. It's wanting it all when it all ain't enough. It's swearing that I don't care, and knowing I do. Makes sinkholes and sagebrush remind me of you. Sinkholes and sagebrush and dirt floor saloons, barbed wire gardens and tequila perfume. It's listening to the coyotes make love to the moon. Make sinkholes and sagebrush remind me of you, for I still hear your voice, I still see your eyes, I still feel the way that you tremble inside, like a dream from another life, haunting my mind, and you're never as close as here in the pines. Ghosts from a dance hall who died in a fire, they wander this earth in a waltz of desires. Some find their way home, and some never do. And sinkholes and sagebrush remind me of you. Sinkholes, sagebrush, and dirt floor saloons, barbed wire garters, and tequila perfume. It's listening to the coyotes make love to the moon. Make sinkholes and sagebrush, rainbows and rounders, sinkholes and sagebrush